Quite a few means many. Quite a few students were absent yesterday. In fact, more than half of them were not there. We did not expect many people to attend the affair, but quite a few of our friends actually came. Used to means formerly did or had the habit of. I used to live in New York, but I moved to California 2 years ago. Kim used to smoke cigarettes, but she stopped the habit last month. To be used to means be accustomed to. He is used to this climate now, so the changes in temperature do not affect him much. I am used to studying in the library, so it's difficult for me to study at home now. To get used to means to become used to or to become adjusted to. It took Ming a long time to get used to the food that her American host family served her. Mark can't seem to get used to wearing contact lenses. Back and forth means in a backward and forward motion. The restless lion kept pacing back and forth along the front of its cage. Grandmother finds it relaxing to sit in her rocking chair and move back and forth. To make sure means to be sure or to ascertain. Please make sure that you turn off the radio before you go out. Could you make sure the TV is off? Now and then means occasionally or sometimes. I don't see him very often, but every now and then we arrange to have lunch together. Now and then I receive letters from my former students. To get rid of means to eliminate, to remove, or to discard, to throw away. John tried hard to get rid of the stain on his shirt, but he never succeeded. The stain was so bad that John finally had to get rid of his shirt. Every other one means every second one or alternate ones. I play tennis with my father every other Saturday, so I usually play twice a month. There were 20 problems in the exercise, but the teacher told us only to do every other one. Actually, doing 10 problems was difficult enough. To go with means to match. That striped shirt goes well with the gray pants. Milk doesn't go with grapefruit. First rate means excellent or superb. The food served in that 4-star restaurant is truly first rate. The Beverly Hills Hotel provides first-rate service to its guests. To come from means to originate from. I just learned that he really comes from Florida, not Oklahoma. Where did this package come from? It was just sitting on our doorstep. To mix up means to stir or shake well, or to confuse. You should mix up the ingredients well before you put them in the pan. The teacher's poor explanation really mixed the students up. To see about means to give attention or time to. Who is going to see about getting us a larger room for the meeting? I should go and see about this job. To keep out means not to enter or not allowed to enter. There was a large sign outside the door that said, "Danger, keep out." I've told you to keep the dog out of the house. To keep away from means to stay at a distance from. Please be sure to keep the children away from the street. I've told him to keep away, but he won't listen. To find fault with means to criticize or to complain about something. It is very easy to find fault with the work of others, but more difficult to accept criticism of one's own work. Mrs. Johnson is always finding fault with her children, though they really try to please her. To be up to means to be doing as a regular activity or to feel able to do something. Hi, Evan. I haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to? Alex isn't up to going on a hike. His broken foot is still hurting him. Ill at ease means uncomfortable or worried in a situation. Speaking in front of a large audience makes many people feel ill at ease. My wife and I were ill at ease because our daughter was late coming home from a date. To do over means to revise or to do again. You better do the letter over because it is written so poorly. Joe made so many mistakes in his homework that the teacher made him do it over. To look into means to investigate or to examine carefully. The police are looking into the matter of the stolen computers. I wrote a letter of complaint, and the airline has promised to look into the matter. To take hold of means to grasp or to grip with the hands. You should take hold of the railing as you go down those steep stairs. The blind man took hold of my arm as I led him across the street. To get through means to finish or to complete. I didn't get through studying last night until almost 11 o'clock. At what time does your wife get through with work every day? From now on means from this time into the future. Mr. Johnson's doctor told him to cut down on eating fatty foods from now on, or else he might suffer heart disease. I'm sorry that I dropped by at a bad time. From now on, I will call ahead of time. To keep track of means to keep or maintain a record of, or to remember the location or status of. Steve keeps track of all the long-distance telephone calls he makes from his cell phone. With 7 small children, how do the Wilsons keep track of all of them? To get carried away means to act in an extreme manner. Even if you have an awful day at work, you shouldn't get carried away and quit your job. Let's not get carried away. The deal could still fall through. To make an impression means to influence another person's opinion of oneself. Abby made a good impression during her job interview, so they offered her the position. With her awful manners, Karen leaves a bad impression on everyone she meets. By heart means by memorizing. He knows many passages from Shakespeare by heart. Do you know all the phrasal verbs you have studied in my video by heart?